Glennie, I just said he was very impressive, and you actually said he can be. He can be an enigma too, can't he?
Yeah, look, I've always had an opinion of the horse, and, he can run super races like that and then come out when he should win and look very ordinary. He's been very frustrating, but of late he's really started to knuckle down and finish off his races better than he was. Tonight he probably finished off the best he has. He felt really good.
Probably didn't expect to get the front probably that easy.
Oh, no, I didn't, but we were rolling pretty solid, so, and I knew the leader was first up, so I thought I'll have a crack, because he's super fit, this horse, and tonight was his night if he was going to show it, so it was good that he won.
He's been doing a good job over here, but not winning. He did win a heat of the Workman's Pace, I think it was, in Mildura. Since then, he's probably just been a little bit disappointing a couple of times, but he really hit the line good tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, he hadn't been disappointing. He's just been, things just haven't gone right for him. He just needs things to sort of stride for him. He's not a stop-start type of horse, so that's probably like tonight he showed that you can just keep free rolling him and away he goes.
She really won that race. She just dominated it.
Yeah, well, she's only a 3-year-old and, come a long way in a short time. I think that was her 5th win in a row, and was it, a long way up in grade tonight to what she'd been running. But to her credit, she did really well. She wanted to over-race a little bit, which she can do now and then, and she might have just come to the end of it and need a little freshen up and just trotted a bit awkward up the straight, but she's done a great job.
Well, I've said it before, all wins are good, just some are better than others.
This horse, it had a bit of a boom on it before its first start, and it got pulling pretty heavy on you, and probably a little bit unruly. And you don't like them when they pull that hard, but ever since its next 2 runs, it's been very, very professional. It's got all the luck getting through the field, but it's just settled nicely the next 2 runs. Russell's done a great job getting it to relax.
No doubt about that. At my age, the last thing you want them to do is be making it difficult for me. So, the first start was I was just a passenger, and since then they've tinkered with things, and she's gone about it very professional-like, and might be a second slower doing it the way she's doing it, but you get better results this way.
Pretty big grin, mate. I've known you for a day or two, and I'm pretty rapt to be able to interview you for your first Group 1.
Yeah, thanks, Paulie. It's a great feeling. I was getting a bit teary around the side, but I've cleaned up now, so I just can't thank Stan enough for the opportunity. This horse, he's typically a sit sprinter, but I had to drive him tough tonight, and top of the straight, I was a little bit worried, but he just kept on fighting, and he wouldn't let him pass him.
Great win, great drive. You jumped to the front. You were a little bit scratchy the first few strides, but you just kept letting him find his gait. And then once you got into gear, you just backed off that first 400 metres. I suppose you went 200 metres fast, and then you were able to the next 400 just rate him. And then from there on, you just slowly kept increasing the speed.
Yeah, he took a little bit to relax. He's quite fresh tonight, and Stan said he would be, so took a bit to get him to come back to me, but it was good. We didn't have anyone up pressuring us. So it's a long way for a horse. It's typically a sit and sprinter, so all credit to the horse.
She actually said could have gone another lap. I don't know if you could have, though, the way you're blowing. No,
definitely not. He just towed me around out there, and he did it pretty comfortably in the end, and he he's probably mixed his form a little bit, but he was really, really good today.
How many steers you had on him?
This is my first one.
And he just jumps and runs for you, and away you go.
Well, I didn't really have a choice but to do what I did, because he like I said, he just towed me around. But he did it super easy in the end, and felt really, really good. So big credit to Ahmed for having him spot on.
Whereabouts were you settled in the run?
Oh, we were 1-1 early, and then 1-3, and then 1-4, then 1-5, and all of a sudden we were second last. But they went pretty hard early and mid-race, and their main fancy's done a power work sort of thing. They couldn't really keep going, so we were lucky enough to get in the 3-wide train and just have the last hit on them.
It started at the 1700 metre start, and you would have swore it was a 1700 metre race, and then you look at the first quarter and you'd still swear again it was a 1700 metre race. Sorry, Clayton, there goes another tyre. I get a few for Clayton. It was just crazy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was one of them races sort of thing that everyone wanted to be up there, and in the end they probably cost themselves.
This horse has been flying. He's come back in terrific form this year. Mildura Cup, he didn't seem to handle the track, but other than that, he hasn't really put a bad run in, has he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was really going well before Mildura, and he just didn't handle there, and soon a little bit to come good again. His last two runs, he just needed them, and tonight was a good run because he sat in the breeze and did it tough. So yeah.
Sat outside, a horse that likes it tough too, like War Spirit, and he put it to him down the back, and you couldn't put him away. It was a tough grind, like 500-600 metres from home, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it was. It was a pretty tough race. You know, as I said, I put it to her down the back because I thought, you know, well, just try and outstar her if I can. But and to his credit, he trotted really well.
In the words of Zac Phillips, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was, Paul. I mean, he's been an ultra-consistent 2-year-old trotter, and I've said to Mick for a long time, you know, if he gets in the right race like this and he done everything right, which I knew he would, he'd need a few to make mistakes, but I was that confident he'd do everything right. As soon as the favourite galloped, I give him a real good hope, and he probably travelled a bit stronger than I thought he would out in front because he's a bit dopey, but, you know, he was on the job tonight, and it's just a great effort by the team at home.
Second quarter, you were able to really back him off. But then after that, you're just happy to let him just stride along at, like, breaking sub-30, 29.9 and 29.4, like for a 2-year-old trotter having his fourth race start. I mean, that's terrific.
Yeah, well, I seen on the big monitor when I trotted past the bell, I seen John's horse had tacked back on, and I sort of had in the back of my mind, I don't want to go too slow and let it get into the race. And I knew he'd keep whacking away, so I was sort of happy enough to make him run a good half. And, you know, to the horse's credit and Mick's credit, he had him spot on tonight and done a great job.
David, it's been a big night out, mate. Group 1 win or happy owners at home? Which one's a better thrill?
Oh, it's always good to please the owners. It's good to win a Group 1 too, I suppose, but it's good to get a win with one of our own horses, and these guys put a lot of time and money into their horses and get a great thrill, so it's very good.
They were very happy. They were cheering the lap from home. You might not have heard it. I actually did hear it. They were very confident. You posied up in a nice spot, 1-1, and seemed to be travelling really nice. You looked like you were going to win quite comfortably at the top of the straight, but Miss McGonigal kicked really hard, didn't she?
She did. I think we might have to make a few gear alterations this week. She hit the front real quick and then didn't want to get away from them, so I might put a little set of pull downs or something on her, and that'll fix the problem, hopefully.
Chris, your birthday, pretty good night at the office for a double.
Oh, yeah, it could have been worse, could have been better, but yeah, always happy to get a winner, and especially this fella, he's, yeah, pretty good.
He probably looked a little bit like he switched off towards the line, but he's first up since the start of March. Like, he's had a fair gap between runs, and Rishi can keep a lot of horses honest, can't he?
Yeah, well, he's, you know, good, strong and race fit, where Chevy's probably a bit underdone, and, you know, he made him earn it. You know, they rolled along, and then 27-1 up the back, and, you know, the mile rate was good first up.